Hey Gaston, I need your help. I have been working with Power BI for years, and previously I suffered the transition to Excel. But now, with all of these new things and names, I feel a little bit lost and confused.
I totally understand you, Alex. And, uh, let's recap a little bit. Remember when you started with Power BI, you were uh, an Excel guru, you did a really great job as a data analyst. You almost train all our company, all our office in terms of what is best from Excel and getting the best from different worlds, data analysis, pivot tables, understanding what are the latest features and so on. And I remember 7, 8 years now, when Power BI hit the market, you start that whole transition by yourself. You did a really great job in terms of jumping into dashboard in a day, then train the trainers, understanding the whole logic, the ETL functionality in Power BI. You did an amazing job for all of us understanding Power Query as a language to understand ETL, transformation, cleansing of data, understanding the whole life cycle management of Power BI. And you did it great. You help our company succeed on that framework. And now if you take a look at my screen here is the whole learning path that you did to understand the Power BI scope that right now that you have in Microsoft Learn, the path of different learning path to understand all the models and all the components on Power BI. So uh, that happens to you suddenly as a transition from Excel to Power BI.
Yeah, you're right. I remember that. But now, again, with everyone talking about Fabric, I got the feeling that I have to start from scratch again. It means a lot of time to me, my team, my company. You know what I mean? I'm going to need your help to figure out this.
I totally get you, and it is hard to absorb everything that comes into Fabric, and when you come to Fabric, you feel a little bit small because you belong to the Power BI world. That suddenly you start looking at, okay, but this is much more than only Power BI. Is data factory, is data engineer, is data scientist, is data warehouse, is real time analytics, and you're a little bit overwhelmed. I totally feel it, but let's just step back a little bit, because again, if you go to the Microsoft Learn, you're gonna find a whole learning path with different models that talks about every single workload. So you can start with the introduction on the end-to-end analytics of Fabric, then switch into Lakehouse and understanding that workload, understanding the Apache Spark, the Delta Lake tables, the data factory, the data flows generation tool, the data warehousing, the real-time analytics, and of course, some of the data scientists and administration around Fabric.
Okay, but this is a bunch of information. This is like almost 10 hours of content, Where should I start?
I get it. I totally get it. You are familiar with Power BI. So
Yeah.
let's start with your comfort zone. Let's
Okay.
go to that model of just an example, the data flow generation tool. That's going to be a great model for you to understand because data flows is all around Power Query Online. And you know Power Query and you love Power Query to do your transformation for your data. So you can start from data flow generation to then switch into data factory pipelines to understand the process of orchestrate a data ingestion framework, then switching to understand a little bit more the lakehouse structure and how you can push to a new data set that Power BI is going to read from your lakehouse. So that is a little bit of the journey that I can advise you to start with because starting with something that is familiar to you is the best concept to start picking up on different stuff. And remember, you don't need to master all the workloads at once. You can go step by step on that process.
Okay, Gaston. Fair enough. Sounds good to me. I will take your advice and start from them. And I encourage everyone with the same kind of feelings to take your advice or the paths you are proposing. So that wraps up today's episode, Power Mates. We hope you are as excited as we are about the potential of combining Power Platform and Microsoft Fabric.
Stay tuned. In our next episode, we will be moving forward with having some fun with Copilot on Power Platform.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and join us on this journey.
Together, let's unlock the full potential of Power Platform and Microsoft Fabric.
See ya.